Okay, can you adjust your nose bridge? Let me see, I'm gonna take a picture. Say cheese. Alright guys, so let's do this. We're gonna do this cardboard template for a size medium to large adult. So you're gonna need a cardboard, something like that. Okay, so this is how you're gonna end up with a shape. As you can see here, I already drew and described a little bit. You're gonna need about 6 inches of cardboard, 6 by 5, 6 by 5. Go ahead, cut your 6 by 5. So now you're gonna have 6 by 5. Go ahead and mark at your 3 inches up here. 3. Mark that. Come at 3. Go ahead and measure 2 inches. 2 and 3, that will give you 5. Mark that. 2. So you got 2 inches, 3 inches. Here we have 2.5. Two. 2 and 2. You got your 3 right there. Now you're gonna need a plate. So you're gonna connect those two. Okay. Let's see. And on the inside, we're gonna do the other way. We're gonna connect this at 2.5. Okay. So now go ahead and cut it. And that's your template. Okay, so there you have it, guys. So from here you can go ahead and you can adjust it. If you need to make a small side, you can cut about 1/2 inch to 1 inch for a kid's side. Here I have another one, for example, kids small, up to 7 to 8 years old. I made this mask for 5-year-old and their siblings. They were about 7. So and this is about 1 inch smaller than the other one. Okay, so you go ahead and deduct and figure out what you need to adjust. Or okay, so we're gonna do this today. We're gonna make this fitted mask. So we have the main fabric here. It's like a nice stiff cotton. Here we have a lining. It's like 100% cotton. Here we have the elastic. Is that hospital grade elastic that they use for the hospital mask. Very comfortable and thin. Here we have pipe cleaners, so you're gonna use this for nose bridge. And we have the pattern of the mask here. I'm gonna show you how to do this later on. I'm gonna use the adult size here, and let's get started. Okay, so let me get my scissor. Get my tape measure over my neck. And let's do this. Move everything out your way and let's start to cut the lining. So this is the bottom of your mask and this is the top of your mask. So this is your ear. So you're gonna, and this is the center. So you flip the fabric. Trying to get it center. So you start tracing. So I go here. I'm not going any lower because this is going to be seamless. You're going to see what I'm talking about when I open. So trace your... Okay. I'm going to cut this to show you. Cut it right on the mark. And I have an awkward position. I'm cutting it backwards. Okay. As you can see, we got like a mini bra, what somebody called it. Okay, and now we're gonna do the same with the main fabric. Same thing. Here's my back and here's the face. I'm gonna do this on the back. So flip it face to face. And keep in mind, if you have a pattern that you like to be showing on your fabric, consider that how you want it to face, up or down, or in my case it doesn't matter the way the fabric face. Okay, let's move everything out of the way now. You got the face, main fabric here. Now we go to the sewing machine and we're gonna stitch. Let me see which one is the face. Okay, so you're gonna stitch this side only. Same here. Of course, you're gonna have your fabric face to face, and you're gonna stitch the back on here. Let me pin it. So I'm gonna pin it once again. Close it. And use thinner pins if you have. So you're gonna go right there. And I'm gonna use my serger to do this part. If you don't have a serger, it's okay, just use your sewing machine. And don't go over your pins. And now we're gonna cut the thread. So what I'm doing, I'm going over with a smaller length stitch. Okay. So I have my numbers here at the 2.4. Basically, I just went over the same stitches, so over the serger. Okay, now we have let's go to this. Let's go to the working table. Oh, okay. So the next step will be, let's close the. Let's go ahead and stitch this end of the mask here, the side by the ear. Just going to stitch that. Let's take this to the sewing machine. There are two ways to do this. Some people like to leave this side here open and put the elastic through. If you need to adjust the elastic around your ear, if you don't know the size of the person that you're making the mask for. But in this case, I know who I'm making the mask for, and I already measured, so I'm going to have a precise elastic size cut. So that's why I'm closing this with a stitch here. But if you need to adjust the elastic, you could leave this open and put the elastic through the little pocket. I'm just going to 4 stitches at the same time. Okay, let's go back to the sewing or working table, sorry. Alright, so let's cut these threads in here. So now you already have a nice clean edges. All you have to do now is go ahead and sew your liner to the main fabric face, and you're gonna do one stitch on top, one stitch on the bottom. And as you can see, I purposely done this liner just a little bit tighter, so it doesn't have to stick out through the. You don't want a liner to be showing. So just put a few pins and make sure here this is aligning well. I'm trying to use the smallest pins I can find here. These pins are the smallest. Okay, let's go back and sew this piece. Now back at the sewing machine, I'm gonna start stitching the edges. Reinforce the first few stitches. I'm going the first a straight stitch first, because I'm going to use a zigzag top stitch after I turn it. When you get to that corner right there to the center, make sure you follow the shape of the mask. Have a pin to help you hold the fabric if you have to. Okay. Now let's close the bottom. another step done. Let's go back to the sewing, sorry, to the working table again. Okay, so another step done. The next step is to insert this piping. So this piping has 12 inches here. So I like to do this in half, and you can cut it, but I rather have it stronger and double it up so the wire doesn't lose its shape or break after a while. So now you have double wire here, but yet still very comfortable and soft. So we're gonna, okay, just find out the center of the wire, which is 3. Just mark your wire, mark your pipe cleaner at 3 inches here, and you're gonna match it with the center of the mask. Trying to put a pin if you can. Remember, this is wire, it's gonna be harder to, or let's just go like this to the sewing machine. It's hard to pin it through the, okay, so keep this in mind. Just make sure you divide it well, so you have 3 inches on one side, 3 inches on the other. So let's go and zigzag this so let's do this. Let's zigzag the pipe cleaner right on the edge, right on the very edge of the mask. And you're gonna do the zigzag because first of all you want to reinforce that really well, and you don't want the edges to pinch you in the face. So do it back and forth a few times to catch the wires right there in the first, and keep going on the very edge. So when you get to the edge here, make sure you reinforce the stitch. This way it's a nice cut, nice see, the edges doesn't hurt you. Let's go back to the working table. Okay, so you're back at the working table. Just cut these extra threads before you turn your work facing out. Actually, before you turn the work facing out, we're gonna install the elastic. Okay, so now we're gonna cut the elastic. Before we turn the mask facing out, we're gonna install the elastic. So I know for my customer I'm gonna need 5-inch strip of elastic here, once and twice for the 2 ears. So this is a very stretchy elastic, but yet very comfortable. and this is gonna go 1/2 inch sewed in, just like that, 1/2 inch and 1/2 inch. So this is gonna be for her ear. She's a young adult. I'm gonna post her picture and you're gonna see. Okay, try to be precise with the elastic, and if you're not sure of your customer's face, just go ahead and cut like a 5.5 inch elastic, or if you want to make sure that is not a problem, it better be longer so they can cut it, and there you go, so they can cut it and they can make a knot. You better leave it longer so it's enough room for them to cut it. Again, unless you know the measurements, exact measurements, then you can cut a precise elastic. Other way, you better be safer if you leave the elastic longer. So again, I cut my elastic at 5 inches. For a young adult, you can go ahead and cut your elastic up to 6 inches for maybe a large adult. Okay, or if they have to cut the elastic, just leave the elastic, cut it up to 7 inches, because once you can make a knot, it's gonna shrink. So if you, once again, if you know your measurements, it's somewhere from 5 inches to 5.5 inches probably. If you don't know the exact measurements, you're gonna make it for an unknown person, go ahead and cut the elastic to 7 inches. This way they can cut it in the center here, split it, and they can make a knot themselves. I hope I was clear enough for you all. So now we're gonna sew this elastic. Let me do the other side and I'll see you at the sewing machine. Okay, so we're gonna do a zigzag stitch over the elastic here for a minute, and we're gonna reinforce this once again. When we turn the mask facing out, we're gonna do the zigzag stitch. So try not to sew off your pins. Make sure you secure it really well. You don't want elastic to break and pop out. Remember, just 1/2 inch in. And tomorrow is my birthday, by the way. How exciting, how exciting. I know it's random, but it just came through my mind. Okay, let's do this other side. Again, make sure you don't go over your pins. I know exactly I wasn't going, so that's why I had them on. But let me take it out just to make sure. Go back and forth, back and forth. Let's go to the working table once again. We are now on the working table, and let's cut these hanging out threads before we turn our work facing out. Okay guys, so let's let's turn the mask facing out. Make sure you make a beautiful crisp edge. And go ahead and iron your edge if you wish. So after you stretch it really well, make all the edges crisp, go back to your sewing machine and do the top stitch. And this time try not to punctuate it too much with pins, but yet you want to keep the liner inside. So, and last but not least, the zigzag top stitch. You're going to start on the bottom edge, you have your zigzag, and go ahead right there on top of the elastic basically. You can do a small size zigzag, it doesn't have to be bigger. One side done. Okay, next. Blow the thread in the back. Okay. Make sure that when you get to this point on top of the mask here, make sure that pipe cleaner is sticking all the way to the edge so you can grab it in the zigzag. That's the point of the zigzag. Get a nice crisp edge. A few back and forth stitches to secure it nicely in the end. And I think we call this the day. We call this complete. Let's go see what we got. And it's looking beautiful. So I'm gonna try it with my client in a second. As you can see, open pocket here for them to insert the filter if they want to. Most people don't do it, but it's open there in case they want to do it. Make sure you don't cut your elastic. And what I like to do as well, if somebody really have a small face and chin, I usually make 2 little pleats right underneath the chin here, and I'm gonna show you in a second. And maybe my client needs it too, so let's see after we try it on. If you have a good size chin, you might not need to do that. The pleat is for like a snug fit. But here's the cute nose bridge. You see how it forms, how you want it to. And this is one way of doing masks basically. And take a picture of it. Okay, so let's try it on with my customer. Okay, so let's see. Come on, let's see. She's my customer, my beautiful customer. Let's see what we got. How is it? Do we need to make some adjustments? Elastic is good. Too tight, too perfect. Good size, okay. Alright, so this is what I was talking about. You see how it's room for a little pleat if she wants to. Do you want a little pleat? Okay, can you adjust your nose bridge? Let me see my thing. Say cheese. So this is one way of doing masks. She's gonna wear this to work. So like I said, I cut this elastic for her 5 inches, and basically 1 inch went inside the fabric, 1/2 inch on this side and 1/2 on this side. So now is a 4-inch elastic what's left. She has a small face, so again, you can cut the elastic between 5 and probably 7 inches for a full-size adult. Maybe like a man can do like a 7-inch, so they can adjust it themselves. She looks very beautiful, ready to go to work. Can I get a thank you? Hey, welcome back. Okay, so here we are the day after. Not only is my birthday, yes, happy birthday to me, but I'm gonna show you how to insert coffee filters in the mask. So she already made it dirty. She worked at the restaurant, so it's okay, we're gonna wash it, but I just want to show you how to put your coffee filter. So basically you get one of these round coffee filter or whatever you find, I guess. Flip it in half. If you want, you can even put 2 of them inside and go through the little pocket and just try to insert it neatly. And forget about my nails are very dirty. I did some staining last night, so I have to go do my nails today, at least for my birthday. So try to get that filter in without disturbing too much. And I'm gonna try to help on this other side. Not the easiest thing, but you managed to get there. I don't know, I'm sure you can do a little better than me. Okay, so just that's it. It's inside. It's not the neatest thing, but it's there. So it's up to you if you want to put a filter or not for your protection, depending where you work, what you need it for. So you can use these masks with filter, no filter. They're 100% washable. So enjoy it, guys. Subscribe, and don't forget to click that bell button so you know when I'm posting new videos. Ciao!